Well, hello again and welcome to Monument Cycling's highlights of the third round of the British Cycling National Open Circuit Race Series. And today we're down south on the tight turns of Guildford. A much shorter circuit today than the first two rounds in Otley and Ilkley at just 1 kilometre in length, with tight, slow turns, huge accelerations and a brutal cobble climb that you might recognise from the Tour of Britain where Mark Cavendish sprinted to victory ahead of Elia Viviani back in 2023. TEKKERZ CC's Rob Scott sits at the top of the individual leaderboard with Ribble Rebellion's Matt Bostock in second place. Both here tonight looking to duel at the top of the series overall. Also Ribble Rebellion and TEKKERZ CC looking to battle for the team overall, where Ribble Rebellion lead TEKKERZ by only a few points. Last year, the race was won by a huge solo effort from Ribble Collective's Ben Chilton, who carved a huge lead on a fractured chasing bunch. Now, Chilton not here today, but as is usual with Guildford, we expect the race to be blown apart from the start. And in this war of attrition, it was Threaver SRCT's William Truelove and Spectra Racing's Toby Barnes who had raised the pace to bring the first group away. Truelove and Barnes sit at 16th and 15th in the individual overall respectively, and Barnes in the green of Spectra Racing following a brilliant ride in Ilkley to take fourth, looking to use some clearly excellent form to climb the leaderboard like he was climbing the cobbles. The two would continue to push the pace at the front. Alec Briggs, who was second last year, eager to not let anyone get away as Chilton did in 2023, chasing hard to bring back the two. Briggs' teammate and series leader Rob Scott was up at the front of the chase group along with Ribble Rebellion's Matt Bostock, Tom Cousins and Cole Davis, who was second in Ilkley last week. Thomas Armstrong, Callum Laborde and Joseph Smith, all in the lime green of wheelbase Cabtat Castelli, all in the chasing group as well. But next, it would be series leader Robert Scott in the light blue of TEKKERZ CC, who'd launched off the front with a huge attack. William Truelove just back for Threaver SRCT, having done a huge amount of work at the front, looking round for someone to instigate the chase. Scott now laying down the power on the fast descent at the back of the circuit. And again, it would be Barnes and Truelove sitting on the front of the chase group. But coming to the same point on the next lap, it was clear that Scott's lead was building. Up the high street and with 30 minutes of racing still to go, Scott had a lead of over 15 seconds. The advantage of picking your own line, not having to respond to attacks and keeping a much more linear pace would be massive. And over the last 4 decades in Guildford, we've seen so many solo attacks stay clear from this point. Tom Cousins from Ribble Rebellion would try and bridge the gap, but still wearing number 71 for the first reserve ride of the day's start list, Scott would continue to time trial on the front as his gap extended. Behind him, Cousins of Ribble Rebellion would sit at about 15 seconds back, himself 10 seconds ahead of the chasing bunch. Now, Cousins would shortly be joined in another strong move by Spectra Racing's Toby Barnes, who by now, although not sitting at the top of the race, was stamping all kinds of class on today's proceedings. Passing lap riders left and right, the power of Scott, though, seemed unapproachable by the rest of the field. And with darkness starting to descend on West Surrey, it was looking more and more likely that the man at the top of the leaderboard would be extending his lead in the National Series. And as the clock ticked down, there was even enough time for an upbeat glance of approval over to teammate Joe Holt as he crossed the line into the final few laps of the day. 2 laps to go then, and it was now only Scott and Barnes out front as the chase group of 9 riders looked set to battle it out for 3rd place. Harry McFarlane for Tap Callis tries off the front, but as they jostle for position for the spoils behind out front, it was Rob Scott for TEKKERZ CC who had time to savour the victory. And to the flashes of the cameras, he'd crossed the line to take his 2nd victory in this year's National Series after sprinting to 1st in Ilkley and 2nd in Otley. The Yorkshireman now starts to look absolutely untouchable at the top of the series overall. Next across the line after an unrelenting ride would be Spectra Racing's Toby Barnes, who'd finish in 2nd place. And behind as a sprint lit up, it would be Alec Briggs, 2nd last year for TEKKERZ CC, who'd take 3rd place, forcing Threaver SRCT's William Truelove to another 4th position after his 4th place in Otley. And Harry McFarlane for Tap Callis would round out the top 5. Thank you very much for watching. We hope you've enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe to help support British racing, and we'll see you next time.